Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Night Breeze, Life with Matthew, number one sci-fi. Welcome to my evening ramble. Tonight's going to be a little bit of a special one. You're going to see me lose at a game repeatedly, but that's okay. How are you doing, Cap?
Doing all right. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. So tonight I'm gonna play one of my games from my teenage years, just for fun, and probably lose because the dice hate me today.
So,
But
what can you tell us about this game?
well, before I do that, I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. So read the chat for a couple of seconds, Kat.
Of course. All right. Now, let's see here. How's it going, Night Breeze? And yes, Life with Matthew. Good evening. And number one sci-fi says hello to Rambling Canuck and everyone else. And Wesley Crusher, yes. Greetings, turds. I'm sorry. Turds, and Canada man. Oh, yes.
All right, so there we go. It should be on the screen now. Yes, it is. All right. All right. So tonight we're going to play, I'm going to play Axes and Allies, which is basically Risk, but the man's version. Yes, I said it. It's Risk, but the man's version, not the boys. Why not? Let's restart that argument. For those of you who don't know, back in the day, those who played Axes and Allies made fun of those who played Risk, and those who played Risk made fun of those who played Axes and Allies. It was a thing. It's long since died out, but oh well.
Hey, Sith Lord, what's going on?
So Life with Matthew wants to know when your next Farscape review is with Loki.
Oh, that is Thursday, I think. Yeah.
And welcome, Sith. Welcome, Sith. And Wesley Crusher. Welcome. So, depending on how the rolls go will depend on how fast this game is. Hopefully it doesn't bore you guys to absolute insanity. But yeah. And one thing I will ask is, just because YouTube really hates it, please don't use the N-word at all. Last thing I need is my my stream killed because that word was put in the thing.
Oh yeah. We don't like that word, and YouTube hates it. So.
Oh yes, they loathe it. It's just talking about a factual historical event, but whatever. No big deal. We have to bend to our YouTube overlords. Yeah, you did spell it wrong, Wesley. That's why I didn't say anything. But read your reference. No, Sith, not noodles. There's another one that I'm not even going to say because then all of a sudden my stream will go bye-bye. But it has to do with something about these guys right about here.
Well, considering that the streams that I've been on that have gotten cut have been food related, noodles may get you cut too. So yeah, you never know.
Yeah, that is true. But no, I'll put it this way. Let us not mention a certain German faction from 1937 to 1945. That should cut it pretty straightforward. But yeah.
Oh, these smartasses in chat.
It's all good. All right, so I'm going to get this game set up. So I'm going to try and explain everything that I'm doing so that it kind of makes sense. But
Because it may be a little more complicated for those Risk players.
well, it'll be like trying to play chess in front of a checkers crowd. But we're going to have some fun with this anyway. Okay, so all right, so I'm going to be the Soviets, and for fun, the UK. And I'll leave the computer to be the US because otherwise that's going to drive me insane to try to strategize for 3 different countries. And I'm not that awake. So we're going to do that. But normally if I'm just the Soviet Union, I end up cursing the UK because they don't do anything as a freaking AI. So all right. So with that said, let's start this garbage. Okay, so this is the beginning map to Axis and Allies. So, to put it mildly, luckily for us, the computer puts down all the pieces to begin with. When we used to play this game back in the day, that took 30 minutes to do.
At least.
Because unlike Risk, every country has a designated troop amount. So when you set up the game, you have to put it so everybody starts exactly the same every time. So yeah, so over here we have the United States, which we'll zoom in here so that everybody can see a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, so on the eastern United States, they have 1 destroyer, 2 transports, 2 troops, 1 artillery piece, 1 tank, 1 bomber, 1 anti-aircraft gun, and 1 heavy bomber. And then moving over, they have 1 troop. On the west coast, they have a bomber, an anti-aircraft gun, a troop, battleship, destroyer, and a transport. So now, as you may have noticed, there's these little numbers here on each one of these continent places. So, and then you see these little buildings. Now, for the buildings, that is your industrial center. You have to have an industrial center on a place to be able to put troops down that you buy, which I'll be going into shortly. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. Now, the numbers are basically, so if, except for your main base, which in the United States, I believe is Eastern, you can put as many down as you want. However, on your satellite industrial complexes, if this were to say 2, you can only put 2 troops down, which I'll show you when we get over to Russia, because that'll be easier to explain. So this is Japan at the beginning. All that fun stuff. Russia, which is who I am, the USSR. Britain starts out with it's like, okay, here's a good example right here in India. So India has a 3 and an industrial complex, which means every turn I can put down 3 troops here if I so choose. However, I can't put them here, 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 or here because, and I do apologize. I know there's going to be lag. So Bear
Right.
with. Because there's no industrial complex. So unlike Risk, I can't just put down troops where I need them. I have to put them down at the industrial site and then move them to where I need them. Okay, so with that out of the way, I'm going to try to do the first round here and hope and pray I get lucky rolls, or this is going to be a short trip for Russia. Because unfortunately, in this game, if you screw up with Russia right out of the gate, they're done. So, oh joy.
That means it could be a short night.
Well, it just means I'll start another game and swear at it a lot. Okay, so as you can see over here, it says purchase order. So unlike in Risk, you don't get a designated amount of troops per turn. What happens is you get IPC, which is basically money, the long and short of it. Your IPC is calculated by how many territories you have. Germany starts out with the most in the game. So, and then followed by the United States, I believe. Anyway, so on land, I could buy an infantry unit, artillery unit, tanks, or aircraft artillery. For Navy, I can buy a submarine, transport, destroyer, cruiser, aircraft carrier, or battleship. For air, I can buy a fighter or a bomber. For industry, I can build another one of these nice little buildings that allow me to drop troops down. So, for now, we are going to go with tanks. Okay, so as you can see, I just bought 4 tanks. Now, I will end the purchase phase. And now we go to the combat moves phase. Now, the ones that I just purchased, I will not get to place until the end of my turn. And yeah, Darren Wagner would be all about the submarines.
Of course.
But, they're kind of useless in this game. So moving on. All right. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these 4 troops. We're going to move them over here. We're going to take this artillery piece and move it into here. Oh, joy, joy, joy. And then we're going to move this tank into here. Okay, so tanks, here's the other thing. Tanks can move 2 squares. So this tank can attack here, here, and that's about it. So it's going to go move into there. So troops, on the other hand, can only move 1. So you have to keep that in mind when you're doing attacks. Otherwise, you can get really, 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 really screwed over.
And I'm sure it's always fun to watch just how good or bad it is.
Yeah. I selected the wrong box. Go away. Okay, so now that takes care of that. That takes care of that. Now I need my plane. Plane. Now, why Russia starts with a submarine, I have no bloody clue, but they do. So yeah, and the non-combat moves will be nice to Britain, and we'll move it over to the British seaways just for fun. Okay, so now we'll go over to here. I shouldn't have anything to do over here. No. Okay. Wesley Crusher, this game is multiplayer. I can play with people online. However, it is not a free game. It's 22 Canadian. I don't know what it would be in the States. But on my Steam, it's 22 something. I can't remember exactly what the change was. But yeah, so it's about 20. It's a $22 game, give or take.
Well, considering that each dollar Canadian is about 70 something cents, that'll give you a rough estimate.
Yeah. So it is multiplayer. However, I was actually going to have somebody on here playing the game with me, but they unfortunately are too tired. And this game can, if played properly, last a while. So, okay, so this is what I've done. So we're going to do an invasion here, and then we're going to do an invasion here and up here. So we're going to attack 3 German positions.
Of course.
Now, knowing the computer like I do, I want to try to take out the Germans as much as I can because the first thing they're going to do is take this over, and there's not a damn thing I can do about it. So yeah, they're going to go after, I can't even pronounce that, but part of the Soviet Union. And then I'll just have to take it back later. So with all that said, we're going to move into the attack phase and actually do the attacks, and then we'll carry on from there.
And it's $19.99 on Steam for Visit America. So yeah.
Okay, there you go. So not that much of a difference.
No.
All right. So let's see where it takes me first here. All right, we're going to go do the Finland battle first. Okay, so I will explain this now. Okay, so unlike in Risk, this gets complicated. Okay, so every troop type has a role, whether attacking or defending. So troops defending roll at 2 or less. If it's a 2 or less, it's a hit. Anything other than a 2 or less is a miss. For attacking, troops without an artillery piece attack at a 1 or less, so a 1. And troops with an artillery piece attack at a 2 or less. So anything other than a 2 or a 1, and I miss. Anything, yeah. So let's do the 3 troops first. Ha! We got one. All right. Maybe the dice are starting to like me again. All right. So now we go down. So now we'll do my troop with artillery piece. So that's 2 dice. And they both missed because they can't hit the broadside of a barn. Lovely. Okay. So now the defense roll. And they get 1. So I'm going to take... Now, the fun part about it is you get to strategically pick your casualty. So I'm going to pick the troop without the artillery piece. Okay. So I can now either retreat if I wanted to, which I don't, or press the attack. I'm going to press the attack. So now roll dice again, and of course my 2 troops can't hit the broadside of a barn. And going with the second guys. There we go. Got another hit. All right. Now again with the defense, they hit again. So I kill off another dude. And then we press attack. And of course he can't hit the broadside of a barn. And there we go. He's dead. Yay. Now he gets his 1 defense. Yeah, figures. Okay, so he's going to do that. Boom. Okay. So our first battle out of the gates is done. And we are victorious in Finland, which will change next turn, obviously. Okay. So now, next. All right. So again, different troops doing different things have different roles. So again, my troops will attack at 1. My troop with artillery piece will attack at 2 or less. My tanks and my fighter will attack at 3 or less. On the opposite side of the card, the troops and the artillery piece will defend at 2 or less. The tanks will defend at 3 or less, and the fighter will defend at 4 or less. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully we take this out. There we go. And of course they missed. There we go. So those 3 guys are dead. Yay. Okay, so after the first round of battle, we're looking pretty good. We still have 1 troop left, a troop with an artillery piece, both of our tanks, and both of our fighters. So here we go again. And we won that one. So 2 for 2. We're doing good. Okay. Now we've got one last battle before we do the non-combat moves.
And what's the difference between the combat and non-combat moves?
Combat moves are moves which involve an attack. Non-combats obviously do not include an attack. So here we go again. And again, my tanks attack at 3 or less. My troops with artillery pieces attack at 2 or less. And my troops attack at 1 or less. And then on the opposite side, tanks 3 or less. Troops with artillery piece is 2 or less. Ha ha ha. And they're...
For those who may not know, what is the difference in the color of dice, Rambling?
Oh, yes, the color of dice. Okay, so when I'm attacking, if I get a hit, the dice turn red. If it's a miss, they stay white. For the defending, if it turns black, it's a hit. If it stays white, it's a miss. Okay, so in that round, we achieved all of our goals. Now, there are a few things that we need to do because this game is overly complicated for no apparent reason. So as you would remember, I brought in planes. Now, the problem with planes is wherever they're attacking, they can't stay. They have to land on a friendly territory that was friendly before the attack. So I'm going to move my 2 planes that I moved into that battle over here to mainland Russia. Okay? So that I have to do. I can't just leave them where we won the battle. They have to fly out.
Okay.
So, and also planes and bombers have their own movements, what they're allowed. Planes get 4, bombers get 6, I believe. So, and by movement, I mean every one of these lines is one move. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So not 4 and then 4 away, 4 in all. So yeah, you really have to plan out your attacks or you get screwed over. Okay, so now I'm going to move my submarine over here. And basically what all that does is if the Germans decide to attack the British there, my submarine will defend. And then we'll go over here and we'll start moving people around. So we'll move him there. We'll move him there. We'll get him coming into here. And we'll move this guy over here. This guy over here. All right. So basically, that's our non-combat moves. We're going to move these 2 troops into here. We're going to move this guy into here. We're going to move this guy into here. And we're going to move this guy into main Russia. And just for fun, we're going to move that guy. Oh, no, not there.
And Wesley says, back to the Krogan mines for him. Glad you can stop by, Wes, and hope the Krogan mines are a little bit safer tonight than other nights.
Yes, and I do hope that everybody enjoys. I know this game can be a little daunting, and unlike Risk, I can't have everybody join in because you have to have the game to play. But I thought it would be kind of fun. Since everybody played Risk, I thought it would be fun to pull this game out of the mothballs for fun. Okay, so now that I've done everything I want to do, I end this phase. And then next phase will be actually implementing my troops where I want them. So I'm going to put now, as you see, this is an industrial complex with 2. So I can only put 2 tanks. Even if I had bought 46 of them, I can only put 2. Doesn't matter. I can only put 2, which is annoying. Then we're going to go 2 down here. And we're going to end turn. Now, the Germans are going to do a whole bunch of junk because, well, they do. They're all going to go in here. Now, I have it set so that the computer plays on fast. Otherwise, it adds an extra hour to the game. Okay, so since I'm multitasking and I'm also being Britain, it is now Britain's turn. By the way, the turns go as follows. I should have said this before. Russia starts off, then Germany, then Britain, then Japan, then the United States.
Sounds like it could be very complicated.
Just a tad. Okay, so I have to figure out what I want to buy. Now, did the Germans do what I think they did? Yes, they did. Because they're jackasses. Okay, so yeah, but I do. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get see. Now, the problem with being Britain and the United States is, as you can tell, the main battle is in Europe, right?
Right.
And your main base for Britain is on an island, which is rather obnoxious. So the only landfall base you have as Britain is over here in India. Okay. So this has to be held at all costs. The other problem you have is to get anything from mainland Britain over anywhere, you need to do it by transports. Now, because the creators of this game wanted to drive people absolutely insane, a transport can one transport can carry one tank, or a tank and a troop, or two troops, or an artillery piece and a troop. But that's it. So for every tank that I want to move, I have to have a transport to do so, which is a pain in the rear end. And you will see why later as I swear at the game. But anyway, so for Britain, whereas Russia, all I did was buy tanks. With being the UK, I have to actually buy other stuff. So I'm going to go with 2 transports. Now, as you see, my IPC drops. So I only have a certain amount of IPC per turn. And then we're going to go and get rid of one of those, and then a tank. No, I can't. Okay, artillery piece then. All right. So what I've bought is 1 artillery piece, 1 transport, and a battleship, which I will get to place at the end of my turn. Now, because the German Navy is being absolutely obnoxious, we're going to, take them out.
Of course.
Because they're annoying me.
I'm sure if anyone has any questions, you're more than welcome to ask in the chat. Nothing I'll be able to answer, but I can always mention to Rambling.
Oh, yeah, by all means. I'm going to be, when it's actually my turn, I'm going to be a little sidetracked a little bit. So you'll have to forgive me, folks. So we're going to take out the German Navy because, they're annoying. And they need to go away. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to load up this transport. I'm going to take this transport over here. And we're going to attack that guy. Now, as you can see, there's a submarine in here. So that means I've got to bring over reinforcements because we're going to have a naval battle before the land battle. So if I lose the naval battle, I'm screwed. Is the nice way to put that. All right. Now, that all stays like that. Oh, yes. Over here. All right. So now what we do is we take this guy. Go here, 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 and here. Now the Americans better actually do their damn job and attack the Japanese, or I'm going to be pissed. And welcome, Moira, to me playing my favorite battle game. All right, so I think I have that all sorted now. I think. Okay, so I've got my destroyer, my jets, my bombers. Okay, that's good. Das is good. Das is good. Over there. Now, transports are absolutely useless as a naval unit. They can't attack and they can't defend. So, for the most part, they're bloody useless, except for transporting things, which means they are very easy to destroy, which is, again, annoying. But we shall move on. Okay, so, yeah, I'm using the bomber. So, okay, there we go. All right, so now that we're done doing all the attack moves, I'm going to actually do the attacks. So here we go. Yay, we get to go do the Japanese one first. All right, so we sunk their submarine, which means we can now do the land invasion. Yabba dabba doo. But we had to do the sea battle first so that we could clear the approach. So now I'm going to do the actual land battle. And my guys couldn't hit the broadside of the bar, and so we got our first loss. 2 versus 1 and 1-2 lost. What the hell? All right, well, no big deal. It was only the Solomon Islands. Okay, now we'll come over here and do the Navy battle. Try to get rid of the German Navy for fun. Because they're annoying. This is not going to plan. There you go. All right. So we took out the Navy there. Yeah, we'll do that.
And what are you exactly doing now? If I
Destroying the German Navy, or at least attempting to. Of course they hit. And it's not going as to plan. So they're going to end up with a submarine still there, which is obnoxious. So now I'm doing British versus German troops in Northern Africa, and they're dead. So finally, the dice is starting to like me again. I only lost one troop that time. Yay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move this transport up with my cruiser. We're going to take my plane and we're going to move it up here. And then we're going to take this transport, move them here, take this, move them back there. And also, once you move like an attacking force, you can't move them again until next turn, which is slightly obnoxious. So any troop that I move during the attack phase, I can't move during the non-combat, which is annoying. But c'est la vie. All right, so that looks to be about right for them. Or wait, let's go back over here. This guy goes here. This guy can go here. Just to reinforce India.
Of course.
And then also this little passageway here, if I don't control both sides, I can't use it, which is obnoxious. But that we'll worry about later. Okay, so now what we will do, now that the Germans have pretty much got no navy except for a submarine and a transport and another submarine, we'll just leave them to kind of vegetate for a while. All right. So, end phase. Now we're going to put this here, put that there, and then we're going to put our little artillery piece down here in India. And with that, we'll end my turn. So now the Japanese are attacking the United States, obviously. As you can see, they're doing Pearl Harbor all over again. And now it is the Americans' turn to attempt to do something, which by the looks of it, they didn't. Did they at least do something in the Navy-wise? No. Of course not. We're going on the other side. Okay. Kind of started to do things over there. All right, so now we're back to Russia. So once I take a sip of my coffee, I will start doing this. Okay, so with Russia, your main thing is to always build up tanks or fighting troops of any kind that you can. So we're going to buy, they're kind of the easy one because you don't need to buy like aircraft carriers or transports, or it's just buy troops and attack is basically what you do with Germany or with Russia. So we're going to move these guys into here and try to retake. And then we'll fly those guys in there. Now, what have they got going on here? Okay, so we will move these guys into here. We will move one guy into there. No, I better move both of them. There we go. And then we will go that. And then let's take a look over here. What do they got? All right. We'll attack there just to piss the Japanese off, because that's always good. All right.
Seems a lot more complicated than Risk.
Just a tad. Just a tad. Okay, I think I've got everything going here. All right, so let's have some fun here. Now, hopefully, the dice are on my side and I win these battles. Otherwise, Russia's toast. But that's besides the point. That's what I like to see. Oh, that isn't what I like to see. That sucked. All right. Okay. Damn it. So apparently,
Yes.
They're being nice to the Germans. I don't know why, but they are. Okay, so there's one gone. Miss. No! Okay, so I lost that one. Son of a biscuit. All right. On the plus side, they only have one tank left there. Oh, well. All right, let's see. Okay, so the dice liked me that time. Right on.
It's always good to see.
Yes. Means I don't have to go all psychopath. Okay, so now what we need to do is reinforce. All right, next phase. Oh, yes, I forgot. I was attacking the Japanese. Oh, of course. There it is. Dang it. Okay, so the dice did not like me that turn. That's annoying. All right, so now what we need to do is So we need to move this guy into here. And then yeah, okay. All right, so now okay. Ha, we held. Sweet.
Always good.
All right, so now it's the British's turn. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to need tanks and a transport. Okay, now please tell me that my Navy lasted. They did. I'm so
Awesome.
proud of them. I am proud of them. They did something right in their lives. Okay, so we're going to piss the Germans off. And we're going to look at that. And then we're going to take this transport and we're going to do that. And then we're going to move this battleship in. Okay, so that'll take care of that. And yes, now over here, 2 and 1. Okay. And then let's see. Oh yeah, you can't do that. Never mind. Never mind, you can't do that. Okay. What do we got going on here? One battleship, one destroyer. Battleships are a pain in the ass. Nothing they can just blow out of the water, so we'll leave them alone for now. Yeah, we'll just leave him there. All right, so I'll do it next turn. Okay, next. Okay, so back to the battle phase for the United Kingdom.
Okay.
Hopefully we take out the pesky Japanese. Ha! Flawless victory. Okay, so now we have Finland, which means we have a foothold where the Germans don't want us to have a foothold. Which is always nice.
Of course. Now, how does that affect the gameplay, if at all?
It means that by moving my troops in here, it means that they can't just focus on Russia because now Britain's become a threat.
Ah, yes.
So now I can come in from the north and from the south, whereas before I made that landing, I could only come in from the south. So, yeah. Now, I'm going to attempt to bring these guys over so that next turn I can get them into mainland Britain. So that we can do that. And then we're going to move this fleet. Where do we want to move the fleet? Move them here for now. In support of them. Okay, so now, and now I will place my troops again. Ooh. Thank you. Okay, so now we're back over to Russia. All right. So what do they have in there? They have 3 tanks, and that's it, huh? And they got 1 up there. Should be pesky enemy mine. Okay. Oh yes, forgot about that. Yeah, what the heck? Maybe I'll get lucky. I doubt it, but you know, never know. Okay. Haha, you're dead. okay. That worked out. Got rid of that tank anyway. So makes me happy. Okay, so now I'm going to Alrighty. Now let's see what the Germans do. Besides get pissed off that I attacked a whole bunch of their stuff.
No, that much makes sense.
Okay, so now the British are going to need. Oh, damn it. That's annoying. They took out my transports. That is annoying. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna need transport and a destroyer. Okay, now let us attack that idiot. And we attack here. Or no, we don't yet. Okay, so now what we'll do is we will move him, and him. Now, what have the Japanese got going on down here? Okay, so we'll deal with them later. Hey, my fleet actually lasted. That's a shock.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is. Quite frankly. Okay. We're gonna move this. Oh, that's later. I don't need to move him yet. Yeah, that'll work. Excuse me. Well, of course. That's annoying. Oh well. Go with the plane anyway. Alright. So now we're gonna move him up to here. We're gonna move him into here. And then let me see, what else do we want to do? Besides go crazy. It's a bomber back to there.
Which we all know was a short trip for you, Rambling.
Ha ha ha, you funny. You so funny. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to plant my tanks and hopefully be able to put down these guys without, or not there. Do I want them there? No. Yep. Here instead. Okay. Okay. So the Americans are starting to come out through Finland, which is kind of nice. Which is kind of nice. So we're going to, oh yes, more tanks. Need more tanks. All right. So now so hopefully you're not all too bored out of your minds.
But we still have 4 watching, so.
Oh, that's good. Not everybody's bored out of their tree. All right, here we go. All right, so we have that done. Okay. Now, did my transport survive? Yes, it did. Good boy.
I thought ships were usually female.
All right. Good girl. Happy? All right. So now what we're going to do, because I want to, just in case Russia gets into too much trouble, we're going to attempt. Okay. So Because I'm sick and tired of Germany having money, I'm going to bomb their industrial complex so that they lose money next turn. Because I'm nice like that. And then we're going to take this tank. Or no, not yet. Because that'll be considered a non-combat move. All right, so now what do we got going on down here? Don't really want to do that yet. Yeah, don't really want to do that yet. Oh, but I can do it this way. Okay, now what do they got up here? 5 tanks, 1 artillery piece, and 1 troop. I've got 1 tank, 1 artillery piece. We'll just hold it for now. Hopefully the Americans do something over there. Big boys play Risk. No. Men, big boys, yeah, play Risk. Men play Axis and Allies, LDG. There you go.
That's right. That's right, Pickles. Big boys play Risk.
Yeah, big boys play Risk. Men play Axis and Allies. Okay, so that won't matter much, but we'll do that. We'll get this done. It's $19.99 for you, LDG, on Steam. Damn it! Dice are really against me this turn. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, non-combat move. So we will take this tank. And we unload it there. Bring up the destroyer. And then let's see what else do we do. Oh yes, we gotta fly that guy back. Bring in there. And then phase. All right. So now we want to transport. Oh, it's being a pain in the ass. It won't let me put them there for some unknown God knows reason. Well, that's lame. Okay. Okay. Next. Oh, my guys can't hit the broadside of a barn right now. There you go. Should have been 4 hours ago, but it's all right. We'll forgive you this time. Okay, so that takes care of that. Oh, they really like to try to take that over, don't they? Okay, so what did they do to this? Oh. My poor Russians are all screwed up again. My poor Russians. Okay, so now damn it, what the hell? Okay. What do I want to do? Okay, transports. See, I need 2 of those, and then I need tanks. So I got 2, 1, and 2. And then down here. Okay. Hello, Trey. Welcome to me playing my favorite board game. It might be a little boring, but I figured what the heck? Everybody's been playing Risk lately. I'm going to play Axes and Allies.
Good evening, Trey. How did the show go tonight? I was there, but not everybody necessarily was.
Sweet. Now, as long as these planes have bad target practice, we'll be okay.
Well, unfortunately, Trey can't stay. Well, but what did Nicole make for dinner?
All good. Happy to see you. Always good to see you. Okay. So that weakened them. Awesome, Trey. Yeah, it's a fun little game. It's basically the chess version of Risk. All right. So all right. So now what do we want to do here? There's nothing left to do over there. Nothing left to do there. Okay. Now I want to go back to India. Why is it not letting me? Why is it being such a pain in the ass? Yeah. Okay, so my game is glitching. It's not letting me place troops in India because it wants to be a jackass. I don't know why, but it's just not for whatever stupid reason. Well, that's annoying.
Well, thank you again for stopping by, Trey, and I hope you enjoy your breakfast.
Absolutely. Thank you for stopping in. Okay, now hopefully the Americans do something so that I can not lose my temper. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Really? Ugh. All right, so this is what we're gonna do because the United States was stupid and couldn't take out 4 planes. We're gonna have to try to salvage this with Britain somehow, even though my game is glitching and not letting me do anything with India, which I don't understand, but whatever. Now, I hate this map sometimes. I want to check something here. Oh, that's bloody annoying. I don't think I'm going to win this one.
It doesn't look like it, but you never know. You could pull something out of your
Rear
pocket.
end? Yeah. Transports. And then all right. So now, what do they got going on down here? Okay, I can do that. Hopefully, that's all of them. Yeah, it's really getting glitchy. It's not letting me do anything anymore. It's really annoying. It's like, nope, you're not going to win because reasons. Okay, well, let's be a jackass. Do that. Yeah, I don't know why it won't let me do that. It's slightly obnoxious. All right, so now will it let me? Yes, now it'll let me defend that with the destroyer. It's about fucking time it does something right. Okay. Now I'm hoping the Americans start doing something. Gotta occupy the Germans for me. You gotta keep those pesky Germans busy. Be nice. All right, so now it's the Russies' turn. Which basically we hold Russia at all costs and then get the British to move in and help us later. Is the general idea there. Okay, so what did the Germans do? Yes, I know. We have to start taking over territory or we're going to die a slow and painful death. I'm aware. Okay, so now what do they got? 3, 1, I got 2. Okay, so we're gonna piss the Germans off. Yes? Yes. Oh yeah, I've gotta we'll do that. 2 more of those. And we'll build one of those. Alright, so now we take him. Okay. Then we take him. Son's home. 1 second. Be right
Okay.
back.
So what is going on, everyone?
Okay, I'm back. All right.
Good to hear.
What we'll do is we will get back into this. Okay. And then we will move this destroyer down to defend. And then we will. All right. So now that we've placed our troops, now we hope that the Americans do something on their turn, or else we're all hooped. Okay, so now it's Russia's turn.
Yes.
So now Russia is going to, Russia is going to, nice, if I can do something. So now we're going to try to take out some of the Germans here. Whether we're successful or not, who knows? Oh, wow, they moved the Japanese in there too. Okay, well, that's a pain in the ass. Okay, so what do they got up there? 6 and 1. Okay, so if I move, let's do 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. And at least we'll have somewhat of a fighting chance back. The Americans aren't doing anything as usual. Damn it. I think I'm going to lose the game, which is annoying because the Americans didn't do anything. Yeah, I'm going to lose this game. Because I've only got it set that because of the way I've got it set.
Yes.
It's not all out war, which it should be, but
well, maybe LDG will get this, and you can play along with him, or somebody else could get it as well.
Yeah. But it was fun. But yeah, it's annoying. And for some reason, I lost capability to place in India early, and I don't understand why, but whatever. Okay. Well, that's annoying. All right. Well, we'll just do that. Yeah, they're not doing anything to help. It's just annoying. Damn AI. Yeah, they're just useless. Absolutely useless. All right, so that's one game done. Oh, what are we sitting at here? I think we'll leave it there. But anyway, that was a quick look at my game. Unfortunately, I lost. Go figure. But yeah, it was kind of fun. But that was
What?
mainly because the United States didn't do anything except for sit there on their butts and do absolutely bugger all. Which, you know, is what usually happens when it's the AI. But at any rate, with that, I'm going to say I hope everybody enjoyed the game. And who knows, maybe more people will get it and we'll be able to have a full out war. But anyway, till next time. And of course, thank you, Cap, for coming on and helping me with the chat.
Anytime.
And yeah, we'll have some fun with this. Anyway, till next time, take her easy, folks.